for pilots was dire, and under the direction of the War Department, a plan was devised to put together a 3-phase, 12-week process to train new combat aviators. Many of those newly minted cadets, only 17, 18, or 19, and flown today by Mike Triggerson. If you look in the front seat of that ag-cat, the show-cat as we like to call it, you will see Sam Triggerson. Now, she's a pretty interesting individual because she stands in as one of the globe's few remaining wing walkers and an individual who practices this type of art form on the wing of this aircraft. Hurricane force winds upwards to about 150 miles an hour. They will be unable to communicate verbally, so they will in fact use nonverbal communications with head nods and hand signals in order to provide the correct timing for her to move to the top wing. Now, watch as Mike reduces the power to allow Sam to get out of the cockpit on the top wing. Every movement is carefully coordinated. Indeed, on the top wing, as not only is she going to just ride in level flight, but her husband, Mike Triggerson, is going to fly this airplane through a series of aerobatic maneuvers, and it is going to be an incredible sight indeed. Just a little more altitude needed for this big, sluggish pickup truck airplane. The Grumman Ag-Cat still flying well today in the agricultural application industry as a crop duster, typically outfitted with turboprop engines like the Pratt & Whitney PT6. But you can see Sam high on the wing and with a thumbs up by both of the team members. Watch now as he adds the power. Here they are, ladies and gentlemen, Mike and Sam Triggerson in the daring wing walk of the Grumman Airshow-Cat. Up and over the top for the big barnstormer's loop as Sam stands tall, her feet in fact getting right in the foot stirrups she has up there as they go up and over. But for Sam, she remains unfazed as this is something they practiced hundreds of times before. Up into the vertical now for the hammerhead turnaround. Watch as they deplete the speed and turn the Airshow-Cat right on a dime. This airplane, designed as a crop duster, but transformed for complete air show excellence as they go all the way around. And that custom smoke system, that full tilt, and that wingtip smoke going as well, Sam says it's the best seat in the house. Down from the left for now, the big barrel roll maneuver, a little bit of chicane left and right. And you can see Sam is there on the top wing. She has 2 carabiners holding her on to that stanchion, a lap belt, and a couple of foot stirrups. That's those are the only things that are keeping her attached to the airplane all the way through. Mike says having Sam on top of the aircraft brings a great deal of drag and makes energy management very tricky and critical, and every maneuver carefully calculated for its safety, timing, and performance through and through. What we are seeing right now is some insane stuff, and not too often anymore that we see wing walking around the world. The mechanical engineer has even designed experimental equipment on board the International Space Station, and he's even built rockets that have been put into orbit. Together, This couple shares a curiosity for shared appreciation for math and science, which contributes to their success of a high-flying performance. Setting up for part 2, here we go! Giving you a wave, Sam Trigvason on top of the Airshow-Cat, an airplane that has a top speed of some fraction of the speed of smell. It's not fast, but it's a great stable platform for Sam up there on the top wing. Now, you might be wondering how Sam got started in wing walking in the first place. She always dreamed of becoming a pilot, but her entry-level job couldn't cover the cost of flight training. Oh, that's a beautiful shot. I hope someone got a great picture of that. So she sought out a second job and applied to be a wing walker for a team in Oklahoma. She completed her first wing walk back in 2014 and eventually had enough money to cover her flight training, allowing her to achieve her dream of becoming a pilot, and she earned her pilot's license in just 1 month. The smoke billowing from the Airshow-Cat, Sam up there on that top stanchion, and as I mentioned, not a whole lot keeping her on board the airplane, but a lot of wind, a lot of noise as they set up again from the right. This is going to be the photo pass, a great photo opportunity for your smartphones and cameras, and be sure to wave back as Sam can see you as they approach in low and from the left. Let's put our hands together for Mike and Sam Trigvason. Wingwalker Sam up there on the top wing. How absolutely incredible is that? This, again, a very rare and diminishing art form, and you are seeing it in great fashion here today at Wings over Western Kentucky 2025. It's teamwork, it's a lot of skill, it's a lot of practice as well. And for Mike and Sam, they say it's courage in motion. You couldn't pay me to go up there. In fact, it's too tall when it's on the ground. So we'll leave that safely to Sam. There's the move, everybody. Take a look. Working our way into the front cockpit, and they try to do it into the wind, and they try to do it in a way where you get a little bit of altitude. Pull that power back because it helps reduce those hurricane force winds up at altitude. Let's again put our hands together, everybody, for Mike and Sam. You can see those big main tires there underneath the primary wing, and you'll see at the end of the tail, a tiny little tail wheel back there. And even though he's on the ground, Mike Trigvason is still flying the airplane. There's a saying in aviation with tailwheel airplanes, you fly all the way to the chocks, because it is a balancing act indeed. If you come in too far forward of the center of gravity, there's the potential of putting the airplane up on its nose. That becomes very expensive because you strike the prop. If you come in too far aft of that center of gravity, by injecting a paraffin-based oil into the exhaust system, it's there, it immediately vaporizes, creates the white smoke for all of us to follow, and it's EPA approved. The only thing that doesn't quite like it are the mosquitoes, and we're very much okay with that. Ladies and gentlemen, if you would, let's put our hands together once more for the husband and wife team pilot, Mike Trigvason and Wingwalker, Sam Trigvason, and the Grumman Airshow-Cat. with us here tonight at Wings Over Western Kentucky 2025. We have had an incredible time thus far. And believe it or not, we still have plenty more on the way, including our night spectacular, so you definitely want to stick around for that. Still to come, Dave Motter will be returning in the Dragon's Fire 1940s Ford jet